I'm sick of seeing influencers sometimes flat out lying to their viewers and their audience about the effectiveness of products and services. I'm making this video a bit on a whim because in the past 48 hours, I've seen a lot of women on my For You page on TikTok essentially claiming the effectiveness of certain products and services when they clearly have a filter on their skin and on their face. I saw it once and then I saw it again and then I saw it again. And there's a big problem with this because us as the viewers are looking at these products thinking if I buy these items, then I might look like that. But the problem is they don't even look like that. It's false advertisement. And this is different from something you might see in a magazine ad or a digital ad because we expect those to be digitally altered. We know that buying that product, we aspire to look like that, but we understand that we actually won't. However, when you see somebody who looks like they are authentically telling you about their routine or how they are using a certain product, we would anticipate that they are just like a normal person like us, and that if we buy this item or use it in a certain way, that we will end up obviously looking like them. And I'm going to go through some of these videos just to basically de-influence myself and hopefully de-influence you if you are one to buy products on the basis of a creator's recommendation. Maybe you won't stop altogether, but possibly now we can look at this with a critical eye. And I just want to be clear, this is my opinion alone. You might look at this and think it is not digitally altered. You might think that there is no filter and that there's nothing wrong with it. This is my opinion and my opinion only. I don't have clear, concrete facts. All I have is what I see with my eyeballs. But I'm pretty frustrated with it because I just want to believe people are authentic and honest all the time, because I wouldn't get on camera and make it look like I have clean, clear, or glassy skin when I'm using a filter. I would feel bad. I would feel guilty, and I don't think any of them are. And some of these creators have been doing this for a very long time. So I think it's problematic. You can tell me what you think in the comments below. You might completely disagree, and that's okay. But I find it infuriating. So let's get into it. Quick note also, like, I'm making this video on a whim because I am so angry because this came up on my feed so much in the past 48 hours that I finally just came across another one while I was walking my dog, because I tend to like scroll a little bit just to get video ideas in the future. And I came across two and I was like, okay, I was just mad. I guess I'm in a mood and I decided to make a video on it. So I'm saying all that because a lot of these creators, I'm going just based on the videos that they have. Like, I don't know a lot of their backgrounds or what their entire page is like. So just know that. So the first one though, her handle is Skin by Kristen, and I think she's actually a dermatologist. And so from what I understand, a lot of her page, just by glancing, is selling she's using products with the underlying message is to sell you, whether she is affiliated or whether it is sponsored or not. Basically, like, passively selling to you because she's saying these products are good and that they work. So first one, let's go. We're going to go through the video and then I will tell you what I think is wrong with it. I might speed through some parts, we'll see.
Fairly inexpensive, it's just about consistency. Preventing is easier than repairing, so the sooner you start something like this, the better it's going to be in the long run. My number one tip is eye products. I promise you, they matter. I'm a master esthetician. I have been using them for years. Preferably something with a retinol at night. Rock is one of...
I don't know. I mean, I never saw any effectiveness, but she is an expert and I'm not, so what do I know?
With a vitamin C in the morning, the Ulla Henriksen Banana Bright is insanely good. If you don't want to invest in 2 eye creams, get something with a peptide. That's going to be amazing. Number 2, make sure you are exfoliating your under eye area at least 2 times a week. I like to use some sort of product that has either a PHA or a salicylic acid. These are 2 of my favorites, the Medicube Zero Pore Pads. This is the Ulla Henriksen Detox Drops. These are great options. You're going to put these on a cotton round and lightly get your entire eye area. Most products say to avoid the eye area, and I don't understand because it's most women's concern. Be very gentle in the pressure that you apply and don't do it more than like 3 times a week. It is very delicate. This will help so much with the crepiness, those little lines, and all of your products will absorb better. It's truly like one of the best things. Number 3, eye patches. They are incredible. I have all of my favorites linked at all price points. When you get up in the morning, grab an eye patch. Don't do anything to your face. You're just gonna slip one on, let it be, let it soak in, and then I will take my gua sha tool and I will start to just go back and forth on my under eye area, really get that product working and get that blood flowing, especially if you are puffy. You can also put the eye patches in the fridge so they're nice and cool. Do not neglect your under eye area in terms of SPF. It matters. I take whatever face product I'm using, I get it everywhere, my lids, my under eyes. It's not necessarily a specific product for the area, and it works great. Number 5, find eye brighteners. They are amazing. That's why I love the Ole Henriksen, because it doubles as an eye cream, so it works so well. These have a little hint of just brightness to them. You use a tiny bit, throw it on, and it just brightens, illuminates. It's amazing for the eye area. This is the Colleen Rothschild Illuminating Tinted Eye Cream, the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright, the Catrice, this is their Instant Awake, I love this, and the Medic 8 Illuminating Eye Balm. Those are some of my favorites, but I will link more. Last but not least, you need to injure the area for it to repair and rejuvenate, but it needs to be done very tastefully. I like something like this Vanish little needle kit, and I will get my under eye area very lightly about once a month. You can do this as well with a little bit of a stronger peel, which I can get more into, but doing something that is going to get that collagen moving. I hope that helped. I feel like those are...
All right, so if you're following her, she basically, like, if you just want to follow what she said just in this one video, you've got like between 5 and 7 steps, and you're buying between 5 and 7 products, minimum of $100 up to a few $100 depending on what you buy. Okay, but, and I just want to say, like, before we go through this, all of these women, including her, she's beautiful, she has nice skin already, and she is an expert. Okay, I am not. So keep that in mind. She is a dermatologist. I am absolutely not a dermatologist. However, I don't agree in the little stamping microneedling. I definitely don't agree in the eye patches, and I'm kind of even up in the air on the eye cream. I kind of just feel like you can take your really good moisturizer and use it under your eyes and you'll be fine. Anyway, so let's go through quickly though why I think that this is so inauthentic, because she's telling you, she's basically showing you a really good skincare routine, and she has beautiful skin, right? All right, so if you look at her skin, right, the first tell with a lot of these videos that they're using a filter is the neck area and on the necklace. So you can see in the necklace that parts of her necklace are filtered out. So the filter like kind of flickers on and off of the gold. And so you can see some parts where it looks like just skin because there's a filter there, and then other parts where it's the necklace. You can also see it on the skin as well. You can see filtered parts and non-filtered parts. This is especially evident in the cheek area. At least for me, I can see, like you can see the necklace is the dead giveaway, because you can see parts that are cut out and it looks like she has holes in her necklace. It looks like skin, necklace. And so what's funny is that I went into the comments. One of the first comments was, let me try to find it. Okay. One of the first comments says, could you make your videos without a filter when talking about skincare? And she puts, sis, no filter. And then somebody came in and said, I just came here to say this. It's really deceiving. And she put, the creator put, sorry to disappoint, but thanks for the backhanded compliment. So she's like completely denying that she's using a filter, which I feel like you can clearly see in the video that she's using a filter, and it's hard to detect. It is hard to detect from just if you're a casual scroller and just going through. You have to slow the video down and then enlarge it with your fingers and really look at it, and you can see where the blur is and where the natural skin is. You can see where the filter like flickers in and out. It's so deceiving. And I feel like as a dermatologist, like this is your job. You should know better, and you should know that most skin doesn't look that porcelain and that perfect. It's just, it's inauthentic. The next girl is, she keeps coming up on my feed a lot, and I just want to say, I think she's beautiful. I think she actually does have beautiful skin. That said, she does use a decent amount of products and talk about a decent amount of products in her videos. I did see one where she talked about the services that she's had done, or the procedures, and she's admitted to filler, but she took that out of her lips. She had the taken out, Botox, and I think eyebrow, the permanent brows, permanent makeup. But the thing is like, she has an entire series on aging backwards. And so she shows an example in a lot of these videos in her series, Aging Backwards, saying like, I used to look like this and now I look like this. And so she shows a photo of herself, I guess like years ago. I think she says she's out of college, and it's clearly it's in artificial lighting. She looks to be in some sort of studio. It is a professional headshot. She has some shadows on her face, which obviously ages her. And then she shows a photo of her, which we know when you look up like this, it is more flattering. She is outside. It could be like golden hour, so it looks like the sun is kind of going down when it's like that nice glowy light. So it is more flattering. But anyway, so her series in Aging Backwards, like I believe she's probably done some stuff to improve her skin, but it doesn't feel genuine to me because I feel like she's using a filter in a lot of these, and she has a big following. And I like her personality. I think she's great as a person from what I can tell, but she has a big following. And I would assume a lot of these people would want to look like her and have skin like her. And so they will go out and use the products, buy the products and use the products that she uses on a daily basis in all of these videos, which is problematic when she actually doesn't look like what she's portraying to look like. So I can't play the sound because copyright, but she doesn't really say anything. This is a short one. Okay, so she says in it, when your makeup looks like a filter in real life because you finally nailed the perfect skin prep. Okay. And look, she's beautiful, right? And then in the caption, she says, don't worry, girlies, I don't gatekeep. The skin prep recipe is in the video before this one. So the problem is that if you slow down the video, okay, and you zoom in, you can clearly see the full filter around her cheekbones. You can clearly see it on her neck. It's just like so glaringly obvious that there is a filter on this that like, but you don't know, like from afar, from just looking at it, you think, yeah, I mean, that skin is perfection, but that's also the problem with it. Look at that cheekbone. That is a filtered cheekbone. Okay. Look at near the eyebrows. It's blurred out. You can just clearly see it. Let's see what the skin prep recommendation is. Let's see what she says.
If you feel like your makeup ages you, then this video is for you. Welcome back to my Aging Backwards series where I teach you guys tips and tricks on how to look and feel younger, because this picture is me in 2017 and this picture is me now. So let's get into it, because today I'm going to teach you guys the best skin prep to keep your skin hydrated when you wear makeup. Because if you're anything like me, if you don't hydrate your skin properly before you do your makeup, it turns crusty and dusty all day. Your fine line.
She also has a filter in this, like you can kind of, if once you see it, you can't unsee it. Like, is this just me? I feel like I'm not lying here. This is fully filtered, right? Right? Okay.
I look 10 years older. So I finally found the best combination that allows my skin to stay hydrated with makeup throughout the day. So it's not aging me, and instead it's making me look more youthful, more glowy, more younger. So let's get into it. First and foremost, you're going to want to start with a milky toner. You can use any milky toner you want. My personal favorite is Rhodes Milky Glaze, but I also really love Bioma's, which is more affordable. And there's just
I've tried endless toners. None of them really expensive, like super uber duper expensive from La Prairie all the way down to like, you know, very minimal cost. And none of them seem to work or be effective, just saying.
So many others on the market if you don't want to spend this much money. Next, I swear by going in with a hydrating serum. I personally love a serum that has a peptide in it because peptides are great for your skin. My current favorite is Bubbles Waterslide, which is a hydrating boosting serum with hyaluronic acid and peptides. And you guys, the best part about Bubble is that it's extremely affordable. Then you're just going to rub that into the skin, and this is so hydrating. If your skin starts to look like a glazed donut, that means you're doing it right. Next, I don't know what Bioma put in this product, but this is one of the best products to use before your makeup. It is the Bioma Photo Mucin Glow Serum. It's incredible. Oh, Yeah, it's a very strange substance, but it does wonders for your skin. Now, something
I would say it probably doesn't. This is just a guess. This is just a guess, but I feel like it probably doesn't make that much of a difference.
I just want to preface before I continue, if you are someone who is more oily prone or acne prone, you can stop there and just finish with SPF. But if you're dry skin girly, I highly recommend using a light moisturizer. My current favorite is the Skin Fix Barrier Balancing Water Cream. I love this stuff because it's extremely hydrating, but it's also very light. So I feel like it just...
I've tried Skin Fix. My personal opinion, everybody's skin is different, but I did not like it at all.
So I feel like it just works awesome underneath my makeup. And then last but not least, no matter what type of skin you have, SPF. You gotta use SPF. My favorite SPF of all time is the Elta MD UV Clear.
So if you're following her advice, you're at 4 to 5 products. If you buy the products, I haven't looked them up, but if you buy the products, you're probably spending anywhere from $75 to $150 if you want to go out and try to look like her and have the skin prep that she has, but she doesn't even look like that. Let's take a look, actually. Let's quickly look. Let's try to slow this down and take a look at it. Yeah, I mean, it's just so obvious, right? Like, you can see this. You can see it again. I think she obviously uses the same filter, but you can see it on her lids. You can see it on her cheeks. You can see it on her chin. Because she's so pretty and she does have nice skin. I wish she would just be honest. Like, we should be able to see the real thing so we can make judgments for ourselves, because you're buying a dream. You're buying something that doesn't exist if you go out and buy things that are recommended by these creators. Okay, this girl has a huge following. I think she's a makeup artist, and so she's actually been, I've seen a few other of her videos, which I think she's actually like saying in the video that it's not, there's no filter and her skin just looks like porcelain, but full makeup. So we're gonna play this with the sound off because copyright. And it says, you want to know how long I stayed glass skin. 8 hours later. And she tags Kopari Beauty. And so looking at this, it looks like, wow, like her skin looks freaking phenomenal. And wouldn't we all love to just go out and look this beautiful, pure skin? But she doesn't even look like that. My opinion, okay, my opinion. But if we zoom in and slow it down, you can see it, right? Like, you can see that. Can you see her hair? How the filter covers pieces of her hair. Now her necklace is still there, and I think it's because the chain is a little thicker. You can clearly see a smoothing filter, right? You can see it. Once you do this, you can actually see where the filter filters. This is on her forehead, between her eyebrows, on her cheekbones. And so she is tagging Kopari Beauty, and then in the search it says Kopari Sun Glaze Mist. And it says, I'm sorry for blowing up your notifications, but look at this skin. This is the product of the summer. I mean, she's beautiful, right? And she has beautiful skin to begin with. But like, if this was me a year ago, 2 years ago, I would have looked up this product. Let's look it up right now. Yeah, I would have looked up this product and purchased it. You can also purchase it in the TikTok store, which is also problematic. I've already made a video on it. And so I would go out and buy this for the summer because you want to have that glossy, glassy, clean, tan skin, the no makeup look in the summer. But she doesn't even look like that. It's so freaking deceiving. All right, on to the next.
Turning 40 in a couple months, and really believe that when it comes to youthful looking skin, dewy is key. So I've shared my skincare routines ad nauseum here. I'm going to show you what I like to keep my skin dewy once I have already done my skincare. I just got back from podcasting, which is why I'm dressed like this and why I'm already extremely dewy. It's this one product from Allies of Skin. It's the Molecular
I don't know if you just missed that. I'll try to replay it. But when she puts the product up, you can see the filter flicker. Let's see if you can catch that.
I'm already extremely dewy. It's this one product from Allies of Skin.
Do you see that on her eye? Let's try that one more time.
That's why I'm dressed like this and why I'm already extremely
Look at her
dewy.
right
It's
eye.
This one product from Allies of Skin.
Do you see it?
Molecular Savior Probiotic Treatment Mist. This is not sponsored. I just swear by this for getting this instant glow. You might say it's too much. For me, just right. Okay, Another product which I did not use today, but that is incredible for looking naturally dewy, is the Westman Atelier Lit Up Highlight Stick. This is the shade Lit Up. That's exactly what it does to your face. I mean, it's pretty intense, but that's what I love. I like to look wet, to look dewy, glowy. Allies of Skin Probiotic Mist, Westman Atelier Highlighter Stick. Thank me later.
She's stunning, right? Like, she's a beautiful woman. She's really pretty. You cannot take that away from her. The problem is that, like, she's talking about these products like they make her skin look like this, but her skin is obviously altered, in my opinion. Like, let's zoom in on this one, okay? And just tell me what you think, honestly. Like, I really want to know. But in my opinion, yes. So if we zoom in, like, look at that eyebrow. You can just see the filter over the eyebrow. And then if you look at her cheekbone, you can see a little bit of the pores where the filter is not covering. And then the right side of her cheek where the filter is covering. I mean, she's freaking beautiful. She really is, but she's also filtered. That's problematic when you're sharing products to make you look clean and glossy and dewy, which I'm sure you do, but you don't look like that. And I've also seen a few other videos of her talking about, I think she uses like skin tape at night, and like thankful that she stopped using Botox, and that basically like she went back to her roots and she does like skin tape and a few other like natural things. Stop using a filter. Can we all just stop using filters? Like, if you are a creator and you just want to use a filter, whatever, that's fine. If your content is to sell a product or service, or even passively sell one, like you're not actively being promoted to sell it, but you know your audience will go out and buy it on the basis of what you're saying, then you should be as real as possible. It's like somebody selling you a diet or nutrition package or workout package, but they have digitally altered their body, because you can do that too, super easy. And so they've made their butt look bigger or their waist look smaller. It's the exact same thing. It's also the same thing, in my opinion, as we've seen a lot of people. There's that nurse that came out recently who were selling courses. She was selling a nutrition program, I think, for like a year. And then it came out that she was using GLP-1. GLP-1 is what it's called, I think. Yeah, it's really inauthentic. It's a problem, because I now question all of the things I purchased from these creators in the past to try to look like the way that they look. I would guess that a lot of them had, not only do they have a lot of studio lights on them, which blurs out everything, but if I had to guess, honestly, I would say a lot of them were also filtering their face, which is so easy to do.
The glow up from this picture, which was 2015 to now, is truly next level. And there are a handful of things that I do weekly, daily.
I feel like you can even see it around her neck right now.
Give me a glow and maintain my next one. And the main one, you guys, is consistency. Like being consistent with your LED light, being consistent with your washing your face, washing it for a minute at a time. All of those things add up. It's the little things that make the big things, and that would be my number one overall tip, trick, whatever. Red light therapy changed my skin. You can get the panel red light, but I'm talking about the facial red lights. I have my favorite inexpensive one and expensive one linked in my link tree. Consistency of red light as well. I do it 7 days a week for at least.
If we're already watching this and we want to do what she's doing, we're already buying red light and LED light.
Least 10 minutes a day, and that has changed the all over evenness of my skin. That is 100% what I noticed. And I also do a neck one, because you can just see there's some people, they take care of their face, it's amazing, but the neck and chest just don't match, right? That's not gonna happen to your girl. Okay, we're almost gonna be in the 40s. We're not doing it. Number 3 is exfoliating your skin. Love exfoliating. Once you start,
I do love a good exfoliator.
Exfoliating, it's like, what? I want to do this every day. Don't, because that's what I do. And then you get your barrier all pissed off. So not every day, but 3 times a week. For many ways you can exfoliate, my absolute favorite way is a toner. I love to do it after I cleanse my skin and before my serums go on. It's what works the best. It gets rid of all that dead skin and it preps my skin so those serums penetrate and work better. Salicylic acid, lactic acid, glycolic acid, mandelic acid. These are all acids you want to look for. And I truly think the rotation between those acids acids and changing it up a little bit on your skin is what keeps your skin guessing and keeps your skin healthy and youthful. Number 4, I think my supplements make such a difference in my skin. A playlist of all my supplements, and I'm really religious and consistent. I'm telling you, consistency, like that is it, is key. I have tested it. When I moved to Florida and we took a month-long road trip, I really didn't take any of my supplements. I was like, I'm gonna give my body this time off. We're not gonna do it. I was dull. I felt like shit. So from then on out, I was like, no, we're gonna be taking these for the rest of my life. Pretty hardcore when it comes to supplements, you guys. I have a lot of my favorites linked on Amazon, but I can totally do more of a routine if you want, because it's a passion. Number 5 is monthly treatments. Monthly treatments are absolutely ideal for the skin, so we can help slough things off when our cells start to turn over. It's not better, that's why I say every 4 weeks is ideal. There's more chemical peels, enzymes, microneedling, anything that's more aggressive than your everyday or weekly routine. That is a good video that I can make and get into of my.
So if we're just following her, I'm going to try to, all right, if I can, I'm going to try to put up on the screen what we would be spending if we buy what these creators are recommending. With her, we're already buying like what, a service every month, I think she said, or 3 or 4 months. And we're buying 2 to 3 masks, LED mask, red light therapy, and also one for the chest, and then products. And also she did slip in like she is an affiliate. Maybe she does wholeheartedly believe in these items. That is a thing. Like we all have the things that we love, right? I have the products I love and I swear by, and somebody else might not agree. But if you're recommending these items, which are linked in her link tree or in her Amazon, she may believe in them, but to me, it's still false advertising because she so clearly is using a filter. And we assume that she looks like this, which she doesn't look like this, like I've said, but we assume that she looks like this because of what she's recommending. And so if we zoom in, if we slow this bad boy down and we zoom in, you can just clearly see right here. You can see all over the necklace. It's so clear when they have a thin necklace on. You can see the filter all over her necklace. You can see it on her neck. It's so freaking clear. Why? Why? We don't expect you to be perfect. Like, I almost think, and for me personally, I love somebody who is authentic and who doesn't look perfect. Like if you're using something and you have pores or scars or whatever, but you're like so hardcore in something, you're like, this is the best thing I've ever used, especially being a doctor, I would follow you and I would follow your advice. But like, I would never now, no matter how smart she is or no matter how good these products are, I would never go on any of these recommendations because of the fact that you are, in my opinion, clearly lying about the results.
The results were so...
It's infuriating. This next creator was a little hard to catch. I actually thought that this was just her skin until I looked a little closer and I was like, oh no, it's not. Word of caution, she does swear once or twice in this video. So, you know, if you don't want to hear an F-bomb, then maybe speed past or put the volume down for a minute. Sometimes I'll try to beep it out, but sometimes I forget or miss it. So just, you know, no.
I don't fuck around when it comes to skincare, okay? So many of you guys have asked me what my skincare routine is for healthy, glowy looking skin, and I'm finally gonna share it with you guys. Let's start with my morning routine. Admittedly, some of these products are kind of pricey, but I'm gonna give you budget-friendly alternatives as well. Okay, first thing I'm doing when I wake up is a 10-minute long red light therapy session using my Omnilux mask. You guys, this mask gets rid of those pesky, annoying little like red marks you get after a pimple so incredibly quickly. I've had this for like over a year and it still blows my mind every time I use it for a week consistently and those marks are completely gone. I had recommended this to a guy friend of mine maybe like 4 or 5 months ago and he recently got engaged, so we were at his engagement party and I saw him and I was shook. I asked him why his skin looked so even and bright and clear. And he said the only thing that he was doing different was using this mask. The results were so drastic that I almost didn't believe him. I caught myself for the rest of the night kind of looking at him at the side of my eye, like trying to figure out what he got done. I still think he's lying. It was fucking crazy. So again, I got this Omnilux one. I got the men's version just because the wavelengths are longer and it penetrates deeper into the skin. This one's like $400, but I've heard really good things about the current body one that's on sale right now on Amazon for $270, I think. And also the Luxe Renew, and this one's like $70 on Amazon. I'll link both of these in my bio. Okay, so red light therapy.
My personal opinion, and you might disagree, but like, I feel like this is a trend we're gonna look back on in a few years and laugh at and be like, what the hell were we doing? I don't know.
Yes. Next, I typically don't wash my face in the morning, to be honest. Is that gross? I'll like take a little bit of water and just kind of like rinse off my eyes, get any of those like gross boogers out. But I typically don't wash it. And when I do, I like the Obagi Gentle Cleanser. I like the IS Clinical Gentle Cleanser, or just honestly like the CeraVe Gentle Cleanser is really, really good. And then like every other day, I'd say I use these ZO Complexion Renewal Pads, mainly just in the areas that I notice my pores start to clog up, like right here in the middle of my chin, around my nose area. And then whatever is left after that, I'll use across the rest of my face. Consistently adding these into my routine has been a game changer for makeup. If you're looking for a budget-friendly alternative for these, I would recommend the Thyres 2% Salicylic Acid Toning Pads. I think they're like $10 for 60 pads versus the Zoe that's like $63 for 60 pads. Woof. I am a hoe for a good vitamin C serum. Most recently, I've been using the Alto Advanced Defense and Repair Serum from Skin Better Science, but I also love the CE Frulic from SkinCeuticals.
All right, do we have to go through the whole thing? She's going through like a laundry list of products. How many products does she have on here? She's recommending 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 products that she's recommended as part of her skincare routine. And here's the thing is that for sure, if I followed this girl and watched her videos, I would have gone out and purchased this, what is the product? IS, because I was intrigued and I wanted to buy it in the past, which I never did, but IS Clinical products. I would have gone out and bought it because of this. So let's like zoom in here. Let's slow this down. Let's zoom in. This one is a little harder, but if you actually look, okay, it's actually not. You can see it. You can see it at the nose, right? You can see it at the nose, on the cheeks. Because if you look at you can see some of her pores peeking through. But then if you look at the cheeks on the further right and left, you can see where the filter is. Her necklace, I think, is a little too thick to filter it out. You can actually see it in her hair. Like, you can see the filter over parts of her hair. My personal opinion is that these creators feel like they're obviously making a lot of money through content creation, just posting their video, and then also through affiliate links. And perfection sells, we know this. And so the prettier something is, the better something looks, the more likely it is to sell and the more people are likely to buy it. And I think gut feeling is that they feel like they will sell. And there's obviously truth to this because I keep doing it. They'll probably sell a lot more if they are presenting a portrait of perfection. If they have if their skin looks clean, clear, and perfect, they're more likely to sell the product or service that they're talking about. Whereas if they didn't have any filter on, even though they have beautiful skin, if you see the imperfections, the pores and the lines, they might feel like people are not as likely to buy it. I don't really know. I could go on and on and on and on. It's just endless. And I just think that this is especially deceiving and problematic because they are selling skincare, and skincare, a lot of us look at as a necessary part in our personal hygiene routine. And I know myself personally, I've spent tens upon tens of thousands of dollars on skincare trying to improve my skin, especially if you have bad skin or you don't like parts of your skin. You'll do a lot and spend a lot to perfect it or improve it. And we all, especially during the summer, strive to have that perfect summer tan glow and not have to put any makeup on and just be clean and clear. And so to achieve that, there are a lot of people out there willing to spend a lot of money to achieve that perfect skin look through red light, through LED, through toners and serums and moisturizers. These creators know that, and that's why they have a huge following. That's why they make a lot of money. And I think it's really unfortunate. And so I know myself personally in that if I was not as mindful as I am now in shopping and spending, I would have made purchases based on these recommendations. And so my hope now is that we just really pay attention to who is selling us stuff intentionally or unintentionally. And I've said in the past that I think that one of the best ways to not spend money is to not follow influencers. And TikTok can be a little difficult because the For You page, the algorithm is really good at figuring out what you like and don't like, but there are a lot of things that sneak through. And also because of what I do now, I like to know about what's going on in all different genres. And so a lot of these things I let filter in now. And so a lot of them are showing up on my feed. We look at influencers online like they are the epitome of perfection in their body, in their lifestyle, in their skin, in their beauty. And they don't look like that. And their lives are not like that. And it is so easy to know that and still feel like it is. But you really have to think critically when you're scrolling, because I find myself feeling bad all the time. And I have to check myself and be like, hey, this is not this is not real. It is not real. I'd love to know your thoughts below. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Okay, thanks. Bye.